All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back to get a giggle. Couldn't find an appropriate throttle cable for the actual throttle, so yeah, installed the good old thumb breaker. Oh, does it actually work? Yeah. Not really. Not really. Okay. That's it's not one I've seen too many people do before. But this is slowly coming together. Still haven't addressed these master links, but I think I got the other one to clip in. And you said you had spark earlier. Oh, it's 49 cc or cm, sorry. I believe it's a 3-speed kickstart. It's old Baja, but PW Plastics. Should be interesting. Ooh. Even up on your HEV throttle, did you? Don't have too many more of these cables. Easy. That's not a cable. I don't think we have it. Cable. It's all PE, or not PE, sorry, it's all Trail Boss parts. There'd be a cable in there. These are all PE parts. RM cables that I go through for that little thing. Oh, hey, try this one, sir. It's got an oil pumper thing on it, but don't worry about the oil pumper thing. Just, it'll still function. I can't remember what that's from. I think that came off the Yamaha AT1 or AT2. I can't remember. I've had so many of those little machines over the years. We end up growing little parts piles like this. There's a DT125 motor. Now this bike is just parts. I have most of it. No tank, no seat, not the rest of it. No top end. I got this out of a snow pile like 8 years ago. I got it, it was seized. No, it's not. Now, the odd thing about this is I can still put oil in the top end. I can fill it right up. It doesn't seem to leak out either side seals, which was kind of bizarre. But yeah, so much junk. So many parts of this are good. This also holds fluid somehow. There's a 82 RM pipe, 125. But the end's been chopped off, so it could be modified. Pardon, sir? Gonna be too short, is it? Can't, how far out is this end?
It's
All the way in?
yeah.
Yep. Could be that other little end cable that's right there was for the oil pump, and that might be why it's so short. Mr. Rottweiler wants to play rope with his sister. She just wants to do her thing. Here you go, Miss Ariel. Oh, playtime after all. All right, well, we'll have to do a little searching, because this might just be to test the motor, but that is, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be taking that. Yeah, it's also all the way out in, sorry. Sorry, dude. I bet you I know where there's throttle cables at the farm. Out at the track. Probably left from the shed from last year, if they're even any good. There's a few machines out at the track that we may get a few short videos on if they make it to the house for their summer repair. We've got a couple of these trail bosses. That one is stick shift, but I got a couple of the button shifts that will also run. I had to bring that one in to weld up something for the rear end. And then I've got one end of the track that needs, well, spring maintenance. Found another cable, did you?
The cable that was on it.
Oh, that one that was that you turned the plastic back on? Oh, these bikes. These bikes were never like big competition bikes, but you got a kid learning to shift gears, 3-speed, 50cc. Is the way to go. Hey, what do you have into this thing, Rick? It's not all that much. A lot of people don't realize how easy these are to repair and cheap they are to get parts for. This bike from like rough, and now I traded it to Rick for a different bike, and I don't really remember what it was that. what I got in return, but this bike was rough. It's got a new swing arm. Don't believe that's the original motor. New seat, new plastic, new bars. Those are the original rims, so they're painted silver. The front one is. Swing arms was repainted. Exhaust came from another machine and just happened to fit. Carb is for the motor, or
Yeah, it's just the size. It's supposed to be the size for it.
okay, so it's not the original carb though. Don't believe that's the original kicker. I think that's just one of our spare parts.
No, that's original kicker.
Okay. We have shelves of spare parts, so some of the things collected for this came from that, but a lot of it he got new. And this will be going up for sale, but it's not going to be anywhere near the price I think a lot of you would expect it to be. Because we don't need to rip people off. Congratulations. Now, to a degree, a lot of work has been done to this bike, but there really isn't that much time in it. The senior here was wise and waited till all the parts came in pretty well at the same time, minus a few, to do this project. So he didn't spend weeks and weeks and weeks cleaning this. More like a few hours here, a few hours there, over the course of a week. Here and there. I think pretty well this bike has sat here for a year, so maybe 35 hours. If you were to say like how long you did it, if you were to work solidly on it, 35 hours you could say. But a lot of that was like this swing arm was black and well, you want it to look good, right? There's clear coat on that. Oh, it's just gonna chip at some point. You won't get rust through. It's not the best. Was it already silver?
Yep.
Oh.
It was just getting rough.
Well, there you go. Don't think you touched the frame on this one, though, eh?
No,
The frame was actually pretty clean. I realized our first few videos on this thing, we had very little like actual talking. We still get long periods of quiet, which I will try to fill with senseless yammering and awkward close-ups for you guys that like the fingers. Now, there was an airbox for this, but he is doing filter for just ease of making everything work. Look at that shock, nice and clean up in there. Not brand new, but when you're on a budget, these bikes are kind of your way to go. Fun. I still don't like the way that twists. But
really, though, like when I had it out and stuff, they're only this big, the springs, right? So there's really not much pull on them anyway. I know, I don't like it either.
now, I mean,
Compared to,
as
like,
you
the
run
big
it,
bikes?
once you get it to run, that'll start to pull smoother. I would put a little oil down the cable too.
At least it pulls back. It's
Yeah.
not like, it's not sticking, you know what I mean?
You hear the thing bottoming out, so you know it's gonna go into neutrals once it's all tuned up right.
You don't want it to stick.
Calm down, yeah. Won't rev right out at all times. Still don't like this fucking brake pedal. It's similar to what came on it, but I feel like that's the one thing I don't like. Get too far turned in, lean the L in. That might just scoop some grass. got to tap and die the bolt for that brake pedal. It's actually broken off in the frame on this.
Oh, Kickstarter.
Well, I'm sure you can find a bolt for the Kickstarter in there. Now, I do apologize for any quality disruptions. I am only filming these with my iPhone, so for now, poor quality and long videos is what we're getting. Hey, I noticed rubber sealed air. Did we did the one for here get lost? Yeah. It's all lonely.
Go for it.
And then you're making a sticker for this before it goes at the door? The old Cricket. Hmm?
Brakes. Almost done.
Well, yeah, for the most part. We still got to address that master link with one of them has the thing pointing towards the motor. Yeah, adjust that. It should be like this. And then this, I still don't.
One I changed, sorry.
I feel like this has just got bent now, so that's why it's not sitting in. Like, I feel like it's sitting where it should be, but
One I already changed.
yeah. I couldn't find any more clips when I went looking. So who knows, that may explode off. Take it out and piss the neighbors off in the snow. Not a single person in any of those trailers even close to our age. 30 years old. I am like more than half, less than half, sorry, of just everyone there. So yeah, I'll try and give it a test run, but don't be too ridiculous. Otherwise we don't want to get complaints. That's why we have a track. Speaking of the track, we'll have to bring the
So we can rip up the neighbor's yard?
I have to bring my Bolins home, or bring that basket of belts we have in the shed, and hope to hell that I can get the Husky 733 belt. So we use a 3-point plow now. I see ejecting springs over here, sir.
I'm trying to replace this spring to make it tighter so it stays.
Jeebus. Makita bars for another bike. These were super cheap. $5 fine, were they? Some RM porks there, but never mind them.